Hello there, I'm Kerrie Maitland from Positive Dimensions, where we help you change careers with confidence and clarity. And today we're joined by Adie Saunders, business confidence coach, and she specialises in public speaking. She helps her client take their fears and transfer them into excitement so that they can stand up, speak up and be heard. So Adie, welcome. In our last video, we talked to you about how to deal with those nerves when you first get told you've got to do that presentation as part of the interview process. And you gave us some really good tips. So go back and look at that if you haven't already, everybody. But now we're actually there. It's the day. And, you know, you're starting to get the sweats, maybe the red rash is coming up. That's my personal favourite. Your heart's going bum, 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 and in a minute you're going to be on. So what can we do to keep those nerves at bay?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here. I'm very, very excited to be able to share my top tips with people who are getting ready for an interview and feeling their, you know, the butterflies in their tummy, thinking, oh no, this is the day, this is big, I really want this job, I'm excited, but I'm also super nervous. What if I get it wrong? Well, let me tell you something before I get into my top tips to keep your nerves at bay on the day. Everyone feels this. I feel it, and I'm sure, Kerrie, you feel it.
Absolutely.
Everyone feels those butterflies. The question is, how do we deal with them? How do we order those butterflies so that that feeling doesn't turn into anxiety, but it turns into excitement? And this is all in our heads, and it's a mindset question. The feeling chemically, if you like, is the same, but how we look at that feeling can turn anxiety into excitement. Now, what can you do on the day not to reinforce the nervy, anxious feeling, but to reinforce the excitement? My top tip number one is to visualize the anxious feeling. So give them a character, give them a personality. For me, it's Cruella de Vil. Ooh, oh, when she turns up, I think, oh, thank you for coming today. Your services won't be necessary today. Thank you very much. And I visualize Cruella de Vil suddenly going small, and I can't hear her anymore. And she's actually more funny than scary. And that helps me visualize the anxiety and the nervousness and turn it down. So that's a really good exercise to do on the day, on the big day, when you wake up and you start to feel nervous. Give yourself 5 minutes to deal with your version of Cruella de Vil. That's my top tip number one. Top tip number two is to visualize yourself getting there, sitting in the interview, and wrap yourself in this bubble of good feelings and positivism. See yourself in that bubble, sitting in front of the interviewer, laughing, looking and feeling confident, answering questions. And remember that feeling that you visualized. Feel the confidence so that when you get into that room, you can wrap yourself in this bubble of good feeling. And every time Cruella comes back, or every time you start to feel nervous and listening to your inner critic saying, what if? Remind yourself of that bubble, the positive bubble. And remember, you're in charge of your feelings. Kerrie,
is that almost, yeah. Is it that almost like you're giving your subconsciousness almost like a memory to store, to say, right, when I'm going to go in there, this is how you're going to feel. So it can almost silence that Cruella, silence whether it's your Cruella or your inner critic. Okay.
Absolutely.
Love that.
It's programming yourself to feel what you are going to feel. And then when you are in the situation, your body, it's amazing, your body remembers, and it will bring those good feelings. Now, the third one, and this is getting really close to the interview, is to get there early. And again, you might think, yeah, right, okay, we all know that. However, getting there early, giving yourself time to arrive, to settle down, to get your butterflies and heart rate down, to make sure that you know where you are, where do you need to go, will give you the beginnings of that bubble feeling. Often I see speakers arrive to the event quite last minute, chatting away, chatting to the organizers. Same for you. If you're late, you're trying to get where you need to go. Somebody is chatting to you in the elevator. You're waiting outside. You're on your phone. I advise you not to do any of that. Get there and get into the headspace.
Gives you that sense of control, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And again, it sounds very evident and obvious, but so many times people don't do it. They're on their phone, maybe they frantically looking at their CV to remember the sentences that they want to say. There's no time for that. That last 5 minutes, it's for you to get into the headspace. It's like athletes. They don't frantically run around before the final of the 100-meter race, you know, they in the headspace. It's the same for you before your interview and before your presentation.
I think that's great. One of the things I've always found really useful as well is to do some breathing. And we talk about like perhaps the box breathing, when you inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, and then hold for 4, because that calms the heart rate down, doesn't it? But I know you've said something before about being really confident with the very first few sentences that you're going to say, because that then sets the tone for the session, and it straight away it gives you that feeling of that visualization that I had of the, you know, of it going well, it's actually coming to fruition.
Absolutely, Kerrie, you're so right. And we did chat about this beforehand, and that could be part of your rehearsal, which we talked about it in our other video, is to make sure that you know how you are going to start your presentation and how you are going to finish it. We are talking about 2 sentences at the beginning and 2 sentences at the end. Know them. They are your cue to start, and knowing how you will start and finish gives you again that headspace that you need, so that your brain is not thinking about, my goodness, how am I going to start this? Because you exactly know how you are starting, and your brain can busy itself with your breathing, with controlling the room, with making sure that your tone of voice and the register of your voice is how you want it to be, and nail it absolutely by giving yourself the time to concentrate instead of having to look for words at the beginning and at the end of your presentation.
Brilliant, as always, Adie. So it's about visualizing your version of Cruella de Vil, so you can acknowledge but thank them and tell them to go away. It's about visualizing a wonderful session happening, so you're starting to store that in your subconsciousness. And then it's about giving yourself that time so that you're in control. You have that time to settle yourself before the big event. Perfect. Absolutely. Thank you so much, Adie. Wonderful as ever. If people want to find out more about you, what's the best place?
The best place is to either contact me through my website, which is yyctraining.com. So Yes You Can Training is the brand name, or drop me an email on any of my social media sites. You will find me under Yes You Can Training. Best of luck with that interview, and let me know how it goes.
Thank you.